student. Today we will talk about chapter 1 basic of computer system. Okay, so now I am start introduction. Okay, so introduction I will discuss now some computer introduction. Okay, just like a how the computer useful in our daily life. Yes, so computer have different parts. Yes, just like a monitor, keyboard, uh, CPU, mouse. Yeah, so all of the parts including is called computer system. Yes. So without one part or without any system, you cannot be use computer. Suppose without mouse, definitely you cannot be use computer. Yes. Same type without keyboard, you cannot be use. Without CPU, cannot be used. Without monitor, you cannot be used. Yes. So input device is most important when you use computer system. Okay. But output is no important. Okay, but when you print out or something like this, suppose speaker output devices, printer is output devices. So without speaker you can also use computer, right? Without printer you can also use computer. Okay, no need output devices when you use computer. So but input device is most important when you use computer system. Okay, so from introduction. Okay, so we already know computer is the electronic devices. Yes. So when you give instruction to your computer and computer work fast. Yes. So daily life help us to computer is daily life in our daily life. Okay, every day. So now we will discuss need of computer education in today's world. Yes, need of computer purpose. Okay, in education purpose. Okay, so you already know. Suppose you use computer. Okay, but now this generation is mobile also use. Every people use mobile phone because computer is most costly. Yes. So now we will discuss need of computer edition. Okay, need of computer edition. Suppose you want to any compiler in your computer system, then you cannot be use compiler in your mobile phone. Yeah. So you should install compiler software in your computer device. Okay. So without computer, you cannot be use compiler or programming. And just like suppose you develop any website or any software, then you should must be important your computer. Okay, without computer. Okay, so without computer you cannot be any developer or any web page or any software. Okay, but the computer is also help us video conferencing. Come on. Yes, and internet access internet, and when I download any documents, any video files, something like this. Okay, from internet, so help us to computer, right? So some types of mobile, and yes, this generation of mobile phone is very helpful in our daily life. Yes. So when you download any application or any documents, any other like this. Okay, and you also use mobile phone. But some software not install, you cannot be use mobile phone in your mobile phone. Okay, so then you should install in a computer system. So then we need a computer. Okay, so just like a compiler. Okay, programming compiler, just like a Kotlin C++. Okay, Turbo C++. So programming, C programming. Yes. So when you compile this programming and when you making something, some software, you know, uh, some software in your computer system, then you should install compiler in your computer system. So without compiler, you cannot be use, you cannot be run any software or any programming in your computer system. Okay. So compiler you should know. Okay. So compiler you should install in your computer system. When you first time you run programming language in your computer system. Okay. So next is what is computer? So computer is definitely electronic device. So it help us to some difficult program or difficult work. It's easy process and work fast in your daily life. Yes, so we already know. And your data processing and processing system is also fast. Yes, so when you give instruction in a computer system and computer work fast towards 3 minutes. Yes, so we need a computer. Yes, so some advantage of computer system. Okay, some advantage of computer system just like a speed, accuracy, resilience, storage capacity, and versatility. So speed is a dependent of computer system. So speed is the main purpose of computer system. Suppose you give instruction to in your computer, okay, then computer works slowly. Then how can you use or how can you solve any program or any instruction in a computer system? It's not possible, na. So when you use something like this, suppose you want to open any browser in your computer system. Okay, suppose browser is open slowly, then yeah, so computer is work slowly, then computer works slowly. So this purpose actually processing is called processing. Okay, so when you open any software or any application, any documents, and computer takes some time, it's called processing time. So processing time is basically dependent of speed time. Okay, so speed time is dependent of our computer processor. Okay, so speed computer can carry out millions of instructions per second. The speed of computer is usually given in nanosecond and picosecond. Yes. For one nanosecond, 1 into 9 minus 9 second, and 1 picosecond is 1 into 10 to the power minus 12 second. And accuracy, computer work at very high speed without losing accuracy. It always gives accurate result, provide the correct data and set instruction or provided as input to it. Accuracy is computer provide what? Provide output result to us. Yes, it's correct. Suppose you enter in your calculator 1 plus 7 equal to 2. So computer provide result to us. So 1 plus 1 equal to what? 2. Correct result. Suppose you enter, suppose 1 plus 3. Okay, in your calculator, suppose you enter 1 plus 3, and definitely computer gives a result to us 1 plus 2, 1 plus 2 equal to what? 3. But it is dependent of user. What? Yes. So what do you type in your computer and how to give instruction to your computer? Yes. So it's basically dependent of user. Next is vigilance. Unlike humans, computers do not get tired of performing repeated tasks. So vigilance is important. So without computer is automatically not working without humans. Humans or without user. Okay. So without user, suppose you cannot be give any instruction to your computer, then computer cannot be run or cannot be work. Yes, so it's dependent of user. So it's called vigilance. Okay, and storage capacity is most important. So without storage capacity, you cannot be store any data, any documents, any software in your computer system. So most important is storage capacity. And partiality, computer can do different types of tasks efficiently. Partiality is called partiality. Computer can do different types of tasks. Suppose you open Chrome now, Google Chrome, Firefox, this PC, something, any one application, two or more application work same time at the same time. Okay, then computer work fast or computer no problem. Then computer can do different types. Just like suppose task means that means suppose you want to open Google Chrome and this PC and Adobe Reader, something like this. Okay, it's called task. Okay, so when you open two or more or five to more application or any documents or a task in your computer system, then computer work fast and computer can working. Okay, no problem. So next is evolution of computer. Yes, so evolution it means what? So this time is called evolution of computer. That means suppose calculator. Yes, calculator you also call evolution of computer. Okay, so now this generation is calculator is software is, but early generation computer calculator is just like a abacus, Napier bonds, Pascal editing machine, Levens calculator, record long, Levens difference engine, analytic engine, Solarec engine. Okay, so now we will discuss abacus. You can see image figure 1.1 page number is 3. Okay, this one is abacus calculator. Abacus is what? Abacus is also called calculator, yes, computer calculator. So abacus also called a counting frame. Okay, counting frame is a calculating device that was used in Mesopotamia around 3500 BC. The Mesopotamians quite unknowledgeably laid the foundation of computing era. An abacus consists of bead divided into two parts which are movable on the rods of the two parts. You can see this one. So abacus was two rods in particular part. You can see image. This device permits the user to represent number by the position of bits on a rack. Simple calculation can be carried out repeatedly and efficiently by positioning the bits affordably. Okay. Although the application was inverted and 3.2, it is interesting to note that it is still used. Okay. So abacus was calculating device of computer. Okay. So this one is frame and foundation of abacus calculator is foundation of abacus calculator was some frame. Okay, wood frame, you can also call it wood frame. You can see image is figure 1.1 is page number is 3, wood frame and particular some rod including ECR. Okay, and sometimes you when you count this per you can see rounded something like this is, but I don't know what is this. I don't know, no problem, something like this. Okay, rounded and circular just like a what is this, but I don't know, I cannot see this. Okay, no problem. So figure you can see this figure 1.1 page number is 3. Okay, so it's called abacus. Also you should remember also. Okay, abacus is a calculating device. Okay, calculating device of computer. Okay, so abacus was developed by who? Page number 3. You can see abacus was developed by who? Anyone have any idea? Developed by Mesopotamia around age 3500 BC. The Mesopotamian abacus consists of bed divided into two parts. You should remember, okay, abacus consists of beds divided into two parts. Number one is movable on the rods of two parts. The device parameters you should read, okay. So next is Napier bones, okay, sorry, Napier bones. So in this 17th century, the Scottish mathematician who is invented Napier bones. You should remember Scottish mathematician. Sorry, Scottish mathematician are John Napier. John Napier. Okay. So who is inverted Napier bones? John Napier. John Napier inverted Napier bones. Okay. So Napier bones is called manually calculating device. Manually operating calculating device. You can see image figure 1.2. Okay, page number is 3. Manual operated calculating device. And sub function is here. You can see 1 1 2, row is 1 2 3 4 up to 9, and column is 1 2 3 up to 9. So some formula is here, 1 to divide it. You can see figure 1.2. Okay, so when you calculate some number, this method, Napier Bonds method, then you should use some formula. Okay, so Napier bonds are a number rods which can be used to perform multiplication of any number by a single digit number. So this set of composed of 10 bonds, 9 of which display the multiple of given number between and 9 is divided into the each. So you can see row number is up to 1 to 9, yes, and the column number is up to 9, oh, 1 to 9, yes. So some formula is here, 1 to 101. Okay, so you can see figure 1.2. Okay, so you should remember just Napier bonds. Who is inverted Napier bonds? Just you should remember John Napier inverted Napier bonds. And Napier bonds was calculating device, manual calculating device. Okay. So next is Pascal editing machine. Pascal editing machine also calculating device, okay, of computer system. And who is invented Pascal editing machine? Blaise Pascal, French mathematician, developed in 1642. Okay, it was based on gear wheel with the digit 0 through 9 display around the circle. Pascal editing machine. Pascal editing machine, you can also call it manual calculating machine. Okay, manual calculating devices. Okay, figure 1.3, page number is 4. You can see images, figure 1.3. Okay, so it is purpose only subtraction, multiplication, and division, addition or subtraction, multiplication, and division purposes. Okay, so you can see figure 1.2 and some rounded circular is including the including here. Okay, and some yes. Okay, so Pascal editing machine. Pascal editing is a calculating manual calculating device who invented Pascal editing machine. Pascal editing invented Blaise Pascal, French mathematician. Okay, and this Pascal editing machine designed only design the machine only subtract, multiplication, division, and addition number only. Okay, so next is Leibniz calculator. Leibniz calculator also Gottfried, who is invented Leibniz calculator? Gottfried Leibniz, German mathematician, invented Leibniz calculator. This one is also called it manual calculating. Okay. So it was able to perform multiplication and division also. Only multiplication and division also in this calculator. Okay, Leibniz calculator. And next is Jacquard loom. Jacquard loom is mechanical loom. Okay, invented by Joseph Jacquard. You should remember who is invented Jacquard loom. Joseph Jacquard invented Jacquard loom. Okay, in 1801, 1801. Okay. See, whenever you can see image figure 1.5, page number is 4. Okay, Jacquard loom. Jacquard loom. Okay. So the entry operation was under a program control the inversion of punch card import the letter advantage. Okay. So next is Webb's difference engine. Webb's difference engine is also calculating device, mathematician calculating device. This one. Develop a machine called difference engine is the year of the Webb's difference engine and analytical engine also called calculator. But this one is different from analytical engine different from Webb's difference engine, and this one is more high capacity calculator devices. Okay, so Charles Babbage was invented Babbage difference engine. You can see images figure 1.6 and analytical engine. Okay, Charles Babbage design and another calculator device is called analytical engine. Okay, so you should remember Babbage difference engine and analytical engine. And Babbage difference engine and analytical engine will come in your exam every time. Okay, Babbage difference engine, difference between Babbage difference engine and analytical engine. So you should remember. Okay. Next is Hollerith machine. American name Herman Hall invented the tabulating machine. It's called Hollerith machine. Okay. Next is Mark I. American computer engineer devised the first electromechanical computer named Mark I. So you should underline and you should remember. Okay, it was able to multiple to 10 digits because Mark 1 is high capacity calculating device. Okay, so 5 seconds, you can see it was able to multiple to 10 digits numbers in 5 seconds. Mark 1 was the first machine which could perform to program instruction automatically. This one is automatically. Mark 1 is automatically calculating device. When you enter number or when you when you set a digit, some digit in this Mark 1 calculating device, then automatically calculating or automatically calculate some number in how many times? 5 seconds only. Okay, so this one is popular calculating device. Okay, so it was the first operational general purpose computer. Okay, Mark 1, you should remember. Okay, Mark 1. Now we will discuss generation of computer. Generation means what? Generation means what? Upgraded version of computer industry, it's called generation. Okay, so we know already this generation is now this generation is going on fifth generation, right? So laptop, desktop, yes. So generation, that means upgraded version of computer industry. It's called generation. So some types of generation is first generation, second, third, fourth, and fifth generation. So now we will discuss first generation. Okay. So first generation computer use only vacuum tube. We already discussed it. Okay. So you should remember first generation computer use only vacuum tubes for circuitry and magnetic RAM storage. Storage purpose use only circuitry and magnetic RAM. And generation computer used only vacuum tube. And size of this computer will has large of the size of room. Suppose when you buy this computer, first generation computer, in your room, then this computer is very size. Okay, so large size. Okay, so large size is the size of room. So as a room, suppose 15 to 15 foot to 15 foot. Okay, this computer first generation computer size. Okay, was first generation computer size was 15 foot or 15 foot, something like this. Okay, so size of a room. Okay, one room. So the first generation computer were very expensive and used for scientific purpose only. For this purpose, first generation computer used first generation computer was very expensive and used for scientific purpose, only scientific purpose. Because this generation was slow down and you know already first generation computer was very slow and some calculating and some um, system is not working properly because this one is first generation na. So this one is compulsory. Okay, no problem. So this one computer is only used for scientific purpose only. Okay. So next, some computer of this generation are given to Entacip, Berry, Innate, IDSEC, IDSEC, and Innovate. So you should remember Entacip, Berry computer, Innate, IDSEC, IDSEC, and Innovate one. Okay, full name of Innate, IDSEC, IDSEC, Innovate one, and Entacip, Berry computer. Okay. So next is second generation. We will discuss now second generation. Second generation computer is upgraded version of first generation. Yes. So this generation is using transistor. Okay. Second generation computer are using transistor because transistor is powerful from Bacon tube. Yes. So transistor is highly reliable compared to tube. Okay. So this one is more powerful from first generation, and this one is working properly and sometimes supported, not sometimes. Okay, every time supported some languages just like a Python, COBOL, Algol, Mambol. Okay, this one is language. Actually, when you're making something, some project or some software, computer system, then you should install compiler. Okay, so we already discussed it. Okay, so this one is we can also call it compiler. Okay, Python, COBOL, Algol, Snowball. It's also call it COBOL. Sorry, it's also call it compiler. Okay. So example of second generation computer: IBM 604, IBM 14 1, IBM 1620, IBM 7094, CDS 11604, CDS 3600, Innovate 1108. Okay, so you should remember. Okay. So next is third generation. Third generation is very powerful from first generation and second generation because this one is this third generation computer use IC. That means integrated circuit. Yes. So known as chips. Okay, the integrated chips distinctly increase the speed of efficiency of computer. Third generation computer is what most powerful and most speed up from second generation and first generation because this generation use IC. Okay, so more powerful and more reliable, relative and expensive faster. And the some third generation example of computer is IBM 360 series and 370 series. Okay, so next is fourth generation computer. Fourth generation is a high capacity because upgraded. Upgraded, that means we already discussed. Upgraded, that means what? Yes, upgraded we already know. Yes, upgraded, that means suppose automatically increase, yeah, increase, that means you suppose you should understood only increase. Okay, upgrade, that means increase. Suppose 1 plus 1 equal to 2 and 2 plus 1 equal to 3, yeah, that means increase. Okay, that means upgrade of digit number 1 2 3 4. So same process on computer system. Okay, so upgrade, That means computer system is increases. Okay, that was first generation, second, third, fourth, fifth, and now this generation is sixth generation. Yes. So fourth generation 1970, 1976. Okay. So as a result, give a result to personal computer. It's called PC. Okay, personal computer and graphical user interface. This one computer is used for VLSI. Okay, and use semiconductor memory replace mandatory core. Okay. So next is fifth generation computer. Fifth generation computer also you can also call upgraded or more powerful computer. Now we already discuss. Now we already use it. Okay, we have already used fifth generation computer, laptop, desktop, i9, i10 generation computer. Yes. So it's called fifth generation computer. Okay, this one is also use AI. That means artificial intelligence. And what is artificial intelligence? Intelligence. Okay, you should remember artificial intelligence is a emergency branch in computer science which interprets the means and method of making computer think like human beings. Without human, this generation, fifth generation computer, without human, some program or some software working without human. Okay, without human instruction. Okay, so now develop. Okay, so develop. So now my computer and our computer is without human computer not working. Yes, but this generation of i9, i7, sorry, i10, this generation upgraded version. Yes, so when you use computer and sometimes suppose you working any software or any application, any documents in your computer, then sometimes you control uh, another location from your computer. Okay, so you can also control your computer uh, without your phone set of computer. Okay, with your phone set computer. Okay, so it's called without human instruction. Okay, so this computer is fifth generation computer. Okay, so users and limitation of computer. Users and limitation is very important. Okay, so we already discussed uses and limitations. So uses, some uses is education, home, medical field, business, government, banking, commercial, internet, reservation, sanction, military. Yes, so education purpose you already know. Education purpose computer use for, suppose you can also use internet and project. You can also, when you use project in your school or home or school or colleges. Okay, then you should then you need a computer. Yes, so sometimes of education purpose. Okay, and you know this time is COVID time. Yes, so we know already use computer. Yes, so sometimes some students use mobile phone. Okay, no problem, but it help us to, computers help us to when you use video conferencing in your computer or any laptop. Okay, then it's very uh, quality is good, very good, and you can also use easily use video conferencing, or easily you can use internet, or your computer fast working and internet work fast. Okay, so this time is use computer. I suggest to you, you should use computer. Only computer is student. Okay, not all of the student. Okay, only computer is student. Okay, so home, next is home. So home purpose, we already know home purpose. You when you use playing games and something, when you listening songs, playing games and watching videos in your home, and you also use. I hope you also use a computer. Okay, and next is medical field, and this generation is most important, medical field. Okay, so without medical field, without computer you cannot be use or cannot be patient record in our medical field. Okay, so when you keep record, or when you store patient and medicine record in our medical field, then you should use computer. Okay, so we already use and we already know. Yes, so next is business. So business purpose, we already know business purpose. Without business, without computer, you cannot be running your business. Yes, you cannot be run your business. Okay, because computer is most important for your business. Okay, so just like when you use sales purpose, processing, purchase purpose, staff record, we already discussed it. Okay, next is government purpose. Government purpose is various government departments use. computer improve the quality and efficiency their services. So we already know government purposes. Okay? Banking and financing, we already know banking and financing. Banking and financing purposes, you also use computer. Okay, and we need a computer when we use banking and financing purposes. Okay, because transaction record store transaction, customer, the details of customer, transaction, customer transaction, and stock market, trade stocks. Okay, managing investment, just like this store in our computer system when you use when you run banking or financing sector. Okay, next is communication. So communication purpose is most used computer, email, chat, video conferencing. Okay, entertainment. Suppose you listening music, watching play games. Okay, reservation time, reservation system is also used computer system. So when you book railway ticket, okay, railway ticket, bus ticket, airline ticket, okay, it use also use computer. Science and engineering, military. Okay, so next is, now we will discuss limitation of computer. Limitation, some limitation of computer is a computer system doesn't have the power to make decision on their own business. They do not possess all the essential or decision making. They can be programmed to take decision if a computer has not been programmed for a particular decision. So limitation of computer. Okay, so limitation, that is what, suppose you work one or two uh, one or two working in your computer system, then computer have a limit, some limit in system, computer system. Okay, so suppose you open any program or any documents in your computer system, then you should open one or two, maximum two documents or of the application, maximum two or three. Okay, two or three you should open at a same time in your computer system. Okay, because when you use suppose your computer i3 or i5 or i9 generation. Okay, i9 processor or i6 generation or 5 generation, so I suggest to you, you should only two or three application or documents or tax. Okay, you can also call tax. Okay, so I suggest to you, you should open so two or three tax at a same time in your computer system, because this is a limitation of computer, some limitation of computer. Suppose you open more than 5 or 10 or 20 tax in your computer system at a same time. Okay, then your computer works definitely slow, then you cannot be use computer, and your computer is slow down. mm, okay, slow down, and you cannot be use your computer system. Okay, so that was his limit. Okay, that one is a limit. Okay, and also have, computer is not working automatically. Okay, but this generation is working automatically. Some computers, just like a i10 generation computer. Okay, i10 generation computers, on you, not automatically. Okay, but you control another location to other location. Okay, you control, suppose you use your computer at home, and you stay at suppose Delhi or Mumbai. Okay, so you also control your handle your computer from Delhi to your uh, home computer. Okay, because some software is download needed. Okay, in your computer system, and after you can also handle or control your computer system after which location or you stay. Okay, no problem. So some process, this called limitation. Okay, so and when you suppose font to font, you suppose you cannot be give instruction to your computer, then your computer cannot be used, and computer not working, automatically not working, working not. Okay, so no, automatically not working without decision. Yes, user decision. Okay, it's called limitation. Okay, so next is block diagram of computer. So this one is important. Okay, block diagram of computer system. Okay, here is 1.10. Okay, page number is 8. So next, now we will discuss input unit and output unit. Input is important, we already discussed it. When you use computer system, you should install input unit, input devices in your computer system. Mouse and keyboard also called input devices. Yes, so without input device you cannot be use computer, because when you use computer system we needed two devices in our computer system. First is mouse and second is keyboard. Yes. So input units help us to computer system. Okay. When you give instruction to your computer, then we should install, or we should need it two input device, most two important input devices, keyboard and mouse. Okay. So some input devices is a scanner, mouse, keyboard device, input device, keyboard, yes, keyboard, mouse, scanner, microphone. Okay. Next is output unit. We already discussed. Without output device, you can also run your computer system, because output device is extra device now. So you can also run your computer system without output device, because when you use speaker in your computer system, then you hear something, sounds or something like this. Okay, and when you convert a soft copy to hard copy, then you need a printer. That printer, microphone or speaker, speaker, printer is also called output device. Okay, so you can also use computer without output devices. Okay, so output device needed, but sometimes no need. Okay, so next is central processing unit. Central processing is most important. CPU. Without CPU, we cannot be use computer. You should remember, without CPU cannot be use computer, because CPU is a central processing unit. Okay, without CPU cannot be run your computer system. When you run your computer system without CPU, you show blank screen on your computer system. Black screen or white screen, no problem. You also show black screen. Okay, when you run your computer system without CPU. So CPU is most important for your computer. Okay, so sometimes called CPU is a brain of the computer. Okay, because all of the processing, all of the handle, all of the input devices, output devices, software, operating system, all of the control, whole of the computer, you can also whole of the computer control by CPU. Okay, so some CPU components of CPU, just like a ALU, CU, registers. Okay, so ALU is important for CPU, because arithmetic and logical unit for need your computer. Suppose when you addition in your computer system, suppose 2 digit or 4 digit add your computer system. Suppose your CPU is not working properly, then you can your result will come different, not correct. Okay, when our CPU is not working properly in our computer system. Okay, so it's important. ALU CU register is a part of CPU. You should remember, ALU CU register is a part of CPU. Okay, so no, not a extra system. Okay, ALU CU register is a part of a CPU. So CU also use control unit. Okay, control unit used for all of the computer system, just like a input output devices, all of the computer system control by control unit. That means parts of CPU. Yes. So next is register. Register is a temporary storage area, and you can also register is used to quick accept, store and transfer data instructions that are being used immediately by the CPU. So register is important for your computer system. Okay, so suppose your computer, suppose I have installed i5 processor in my computer system. Okay, so it's dependent of your CPU purpose when you give instruction to your computer. Okay, suppose you give instruction to your computer, one or two window open your computer system. uh, okay, then after sometimes computer takes some time. Yes, so this depending of this time is register. Okay, because register is help us to this instruction first transfer to RAM, and after store this instruction to our RAM. Okay, and after working this instruction in our computer system. Okay, so I hope you understood what I say. Okay, so next is memory unit. Memory unit is important. Without memory you cannot be store any data, any documents in your computer system. So when you store any documents, any data in your computer system, you should install memory unit or memory in your computer system. Okay. So sometimes we know already uh, two types of memory is RAM and ROM. Okay. So we'll discuss slowly. Okay. So now discuss some full name and short name of memory unit. Okay. Some storage capacity. So you can see page number is 10. Okay, you can see table is 1.1. Unit of memory measurement is important for your exam. Okay, 1 bit binary digit. It's called binary bit digit. 8 bit equal to what? 1 byte. Two 1024 bytes means what? 1 KB. Yes, KB means what? Kilobyte. MB means megabyte. GB gigabyte. TB terabyte. PB petabyte. EB exabyte. Okay, 1024 PB equal to 1 EB, 1024 TB equal to 1 PB, 1024 GB equal to 1 TB, 1024 MB equal to 1 GB. You should remember for your exam. Okay. So next is types of memory. Now we will discuss types of memory. So we already know two types of memory. First is RAM, second is ROM. Okay. So RAM is a important storage capacity in our computer system. Without RAM you cannot be store any data. You cannot be use computer. When you use computer without RAM, you show blank in your computer screen. Blank, that means black screen show in our computer system. So CPU and RAM is needed when you use computer. Okay. Without RAM you can also use computer, no problem. But RAM and CPU is also needed when you use computer system. Okay. So random access memory, full name of RAM is random access memory. RAM is temporary storage capacity. Yes. RAM is also called volatile memory. Why? Because when you turn off your computer system, suppose my computer system is running on. Yes. Suppose I suddenly turn off my computer system, and suppose you can see my computer is running on, my screen recorder is running on in my computer system. Yes. Suppose I suddenly computer shut down in my computer system, my computer. Okay. So this is you can see my screen recorder is running on. That means this instruction is called instruction. Yes. Or you can also call task. So this is instruction. Okay. So when I shut down in my computer and again I will turn on your computer, then you cannot be show your background running program, because this instruction also remove from your RAM when you turn off your computer. But ROM is not same types of RAM. Okay. So you can see my screen is also running on in my computer system here. You can see. So when I suddenly turn off in my computer system. Okay. Turn on my computer system. Sorry, turn off my computer system. Okay. So this instruction shape, first this instruction shape to ROM. Okay. And after when you turn on your computer, then you can also and you can also show your background running app in your computer system. This helps us to ROM. Okay. So it's also call it non-volatile memory, because ROM is permanently storage memory. Okay. In CPU. Okay. So various types of ROM is PROM, EPROM, EPROM, electrical erasable program. You also should remember. Okay. Next is external memory. External memory is a permanently storage memory in our computer system, not a CPU, in our computer system. Okay. So we already know hard disk, pen drive, CD drive. We also call external memory or secondary or permanently storage memory. Yes. So when we store any data in our computer system, you should install hard disk, floppy disk, CD-ROM or magnetic comparing is DVD, Blu-ray. Okay, so without memory you cannot be use computer system, because when you install operating system, first time when you install operating system in a computer system, you should install hard disk or SSD, storage capacity. You can also call it storage capacity, because operating system is software. Yes. So when you install operating system, that means system software. Yes, system. So when you install system software in your computer system, so we need a hard disk, because where is the store? Where is the store? Our system software and computer system. Yes. So then we should install hard disk or storage capacity in our computer system. So when you install operating system in our computer, okay. So without storage capacity, you cannot be run. You run computer system, but you cannot be work computer system without storage device, because operating system is handle all of the operating system manage the all application software and manage the user instruction. So without operating system, you cannot be use computer. It's not possible. You can also use computer without operating system, but you cannot working your work your in your computer system. Okay, so you should install when you first time install operating system in your computer system. Okay, you should install hard disk on your first time computer system. When you install operating system first time in your computer system. Okay, hard disk, magnetic, compact disk, that means CD. Okay, CD is maximum capacity is 700 MB, DVD maximum capacity is 25 GB, and Blu-ray maximum capacity is no, DVD can also up to 17 GB. Yeah, 17 GB, that means 4.0 GB. Actually DVD also maximum capacity is 4.7 GB, and Blu-ray maximum capacity is 25 GB, not a 17 GB. 17 GB. I have also used Blu-ray disc. So also Blu-ray disc up to capacity 25 GB, and DVD 4.7, and CD 700 MB. Okay. So next we'll discuss some input devices. Okay. So input device we already use keyboard, mouse, trackball, joystick, scanner, microphone, barcode reader. Okay, light pen, touch screen, OMR, MRI. So keyboard, we already know keyboard is a typewriter system. Without keyboard you cannot be work your computer, and you cannot be type any text in your computer system. Yes. So it's important. And mouse is a pointing device. Without mouse you cannot be uh, give instruction to your computer. And trackball also called mouse, some types of mouse, but this trackball is also used games purpose. Okay, and used for only laptop. And joystick also use game purposes. And scanner we already know, scanner is converted to hard copy to soft copy. Okay, and microphone we already know, microphone is an input device which converted human. I have already used it. Okay, convert human speech into electrical signal. And barcode reader, barcode reader. Okay, you know already barcode reader. When I buy from any product from shopping mall, we already show barcode reader. Yes. So barcode reader is important. Okay, and next is light pen. Light pen is also touch screen. Okay, touch screen nowadays is screen are also is input device, mobile and tablet. OMR, optical marketer. OMR is important. Okay, optical marketer. It is used for only multiple choice question answer sheet. Okay, MIRCR is important. Okay, it is used to read the character printed pencil. Okay, and next is output devices, monitor, printer. We already know speaker, plotter, projector. Yes. So now just simply I will talk monitor. Okay, monitor is a visual graphic display. Yes, visual display unit. You also call it visual graphics display. Okay, so monitor. So some types of monitor is CRT, LCD. Okay, CRT, that means cathode ray, LCD means liquid crystal display. Next is printer. Okay, printer. So printer is a device that takes the text and graphics information. We already know when you convert a soft copy to hard copy, then you should need a printer. You should install printer in your computer system. Okay, and some types of printer is impact printer and non-impact printer. You should remember difference between impact printer and non-impact printer. Next is speaker. Speaker is what? Speaker is output device that allows the hear sound from the computer. Yes. Plotter is a printer. Okay, it is used for only banner printing purposes. Banner printing or graphic printing designer also use this printer. Okay, and next is projector. Projector is a small images converted to big images. Okay, projector. Next is hardware and software. We already discussed this hardware. Hardware is a physical component of computer. Yes, and software is a set of programs. It's called software. We can touch hardware just like a input devices, output devices. But software is, we cannot touch because software is inside in our computer system. Yes. So without hardware you cannot be run your computer system, and without software you cannot be run your computer system. So two two components needed when you run your computer system. Okay, so we will discuss now software, and we already discussed is two types of software: system software, application software. System software is the operating system, and operating system is help us to whole of the computer system. Yes, manage the computer application and manage the user instruction. Yes, operating system. Yes, a language processor translator. We already I think we already discussed compiler. Yes, so compiler also called languages processor, translator. Okay, translator is used for binary to machine languages, and we already know computer understood only one languages. What? Binary languages. That means 0 and 1 languages. Okay, when you store some documents or some data in your computer system, now automatically generate binary digits uh, in your file name or document name. Okay, and after store documents or file in your computer system. Okay, so its language will help us to language processor. Okay, so it help us to system software. So next is utility software. Utility software just like antivirus, backup file management, encryption, decryption. We already know encryption, decryption is encryption, that means encrypt, and decryption that means decrypt. Encrypt, that means you cannot be access, you cannot be directly access any file or any document. Okay, and decrypt means encrypt file converted to readable form. It's called decrypt. You can see this one is my encrypt file. Yes, so you cannot be directly accessed, and after when you convert this readable form, it's called decrypt. Okay, and antivirus software, we already know antivirus software is what? Virus scanner software is. And backup utility we already discussed is utility software is. Backup, that means what? Suppose you forgot any suppose you mistakenly deleted any application, any file, okay, from your computer, then you can also retrieve. Okay, and or any documents are in the file which you want to delete. Okay, so it's called backup utility. Okay, next is application software, that means app. You can also call it app. Short name is app. We already know, we already use in our mobile phone app. Yes, application software. So application help us to daily life in our computer system. So without application software, what you run your what to work in your computer system. Suppose application, this one is also called application software. All of the application, you can see all of the icon is called application. Not on this one is folder. Yes, so this one come, you can see image, Excel, Google Chrome. This PC, yeah, also called application. Yes. So without application you cannot be working properly in your computer system. Okay. So games also application software is when you're playing games in our computer system, then you should install games in a computer system after you playing games, after you play the games. Okay. So you also call it application. Same types of Google Chrome. Suppose you download any documents, any files from your internet, then you should open Google Chrome or Firefox. That means web browser. Right? So web browser is also called application software. Yes. Suppose you typing any documents or any letter or any something like this. Okay. Then you should open Word. Suppose you play music, play songs in a computer system. Then you should audio player in a computer system. Suppose you edit photo in a computer system. Then you should use Adobe Photoshop. Okay. So this type of application software. So you can see general purpose application software packages, Word, presentation, database management, Access actually, okay. And specific purpose application is accounting management software, payroll. I have already used it, accounting software, payroll, reservation software, okay. So next is performance measurement of computer system. Performance measurement of computer system. Okay, so performance is important for your computer system. Because suppose you buy new computer from your market, okay, from market, okay, and after you when you use your computer and you also your computer work slow work, yes, then what to do? I hope you uh, you not working your computer system, you cannot work, okay, because the computer work slow. So it is dependent of actually CPU and some configuration of computer system. Just like a CPU memory sizes. We already discussed is suppose you buy computer system from market dual core processor. Okay, and suppose your computer RAM is 1 GB. Okay, DDR2, DDR2 or DDR1, DDR1, DDR2, DDR3, DDR4. That means what? DDR1 is a first generation RAM is. Second is DDR2, third is DDR3, and four is DDR4. And now this generation RAM is DDR4 with high capacity of RAM, random access memory for computer devices, computer system. Okay, so when you buy any computer from market and after you work your computer and you show your computer slower, what the reason of this purpose? Okay, this uh, this system. Okay, so you should know your computer slow work. That means your performance not good in your computer system. That means your CPU is not working properly, not working, or I think your CPU is not working properly, and your RAM storage capacity is very small. Okay, so it's dependent all of the actually computer performance, all of the performance, computer performance dependent of CPU and memory. Okay, I already talked about CPU and memory size. Yes, so CPU is most important for your uh, performance computer. Okay, computer performance. So when you buy computer, you should know CPU, what is CPU, and memory size. Okay, suppose dual core is a fast, that means it's slower, that means slow, it's very it's per dual core processor. Suppose you buy dual core processor from market 4 to 500 only. Okay, that means dual core is not working properly in our computer system. Dual core is only show up. You can also call it show up processor. Okay, show up processor. You cannot be work properly in your computer system when you insert dual core processor. Okay, so I suggest to you, suppose when you work properly in your computer system, then you should install i3 to i9 processor, because i3 is most powerful processor. Next is i5, i7. Okay, so it's sometimes dependent of computer performance, CPU and memory size. So CPU memory size. Suppose you should suppose you already sense CPU, that means processor, in your computer. Okay, and after some problem, you face some problem in your computer system, and further reason, then you should know this problem is RAM. Okay, so you should sense your RAM capacity. So when you install dual core processor in a computer system, then you should install 4 GB RAM, maximum 4 GB RAM. Then you work one or two tasks at a same time. Okay, one something maximum one task. Okay, maximum one task you can use in a computer system. Okay, but when you insert i3 or i5 processor in a computer system, then you should install 4 GB RAM, and after i3 or i5 processor installed in your computer system, then you can also run your computer system work fast. Okay, and then you also use more than 5 to 10 application at you using at a time. Okay, sometime. So that is dependent of CPU and memory size, and sometimes depend of number of programs. Okay, so when you open 5 to 10, or suppose 10 to 12 application or any documents, okay, in your computer system or any task, I already talk about task. Yes, so when you open 10 to 20 tasks, okay, in your computer system, then your computer definitely slow work, because this one is dependent of CPU and memory sizes. So I suggest to you, you should 1 to 3 tasks running at a same time in our computer system. Okay, suppose you insert dual core processor in your computer system, then I suggest to you, you only one application run in your computer system at a same time. Okay, so next is data representation. We already discussed data representation. Yes, so some types of data representation is digital decimal number system. Oh, sorry, data representation. Yes, data representation is important for your computer system. So you know already, computer understood only 0 and 1 languages. That means binary languages. Yes. So when you store some documents or any files in your computer system, so computer should automatically generate it or convert it into bits, digit actually. Okay, suppose my file name is complaint management system. Yes. So I show my file name is complaint management system. So when this file permanently stored in computer system by CPU, then this file name is auto converted to digit number, because we already know computer understood only 0 and 1 binary languages. Yes. Okay. So some types of data representation is decimal number system, binary, octal, hexadecimal number, decimal to number system, hexadecimal number system. Okay. So decimal number system base of 10. That means this symbol are 0 to 9. Okay, 0 to 9 base of 10. That means Total number is what? 10 digits. Yes. So it's called decimal number system base of 10. Next is binary number system. Binary number system is 0 and 1 base of 2. That means 2 digits is here, 0 and 1. Next is octal number base of 8. That means octal, that means 8 base of 8. Okay, and this symbol is 0 to 7. Next is hexadecimal number system. Hexadecimal number system base of 16. That means digit are 0 to 9 and symbol are A to F. A to F, that means A value is 10, B value is 11, C value is 12, D value is 13, E value is 14 and F value is 15. Okay, so base of hexadecimal number base of 16. Okay, so now we will discuss number conversion. Okay, number conversion. Decimal to binary number conversion. You can see page number is 19, decimal to binary conversion. We should divide it 2 to 2, 160, suppose 160 divided 2, 53 divided 2, 26 divided 13 divided 6 divided 3 divided 1. You can see. Okay, divided 2 divided 13, that means what? Suppose you can see 2 into 1 means what? Sorry, 2 plus 1. Yes, yes, yes. 2 into 1. 2 into 1 equal to what? 2, definitely 2. You can see 2. 1 is here. Yes. Second is 2 into 3. 2 into 3 is 6. Yes. 6 is here. And 6 into 2, that means 12. So 12 plus 1 equal to 13. Yes. Next, 13 into 2. 26. Yes, 26. 26 into 2. Oh, 53. And 53 into 2, 106. Remainder. That means first. Okay. You can see 2, 106. 106 divided, when you divided 106 by 2, and what the result will become, you can see when you divided 106 by 2, and you can see 53. Yes, and you should write 0. That means no extra digit is here. Yes, you can see. I am to share on my blackboard. You can see my decimal number is 1066 and converted to binary. Okay, so you can see 106. That means when I divided 2, why divided 2? Why we divided only 2? Because binary. Yes, binary, that means only we should know binary, that means what? 2 base of 2. So we should divide it only 2. Okay. So when you divided 106 divided by 2, then 53. Yes, then result will come 53. And extra digit is here or not? No, no extra digit is here, so we should write 0. Next, divided to 2. 53 divided by 2. 26.5. Yes, 26.5. 26.5. But you should write only digit number, not fraction number. Okay, that means 0.5. So we let 1. Okay, 0.5, that we let 1. So next, 26 divided by 2. 26 divided by 2. So what is the result will come? Definitely 13. Yes. So extra number is here or not? Not here. So we should write 0. Again, the 13 divided by 2. So 13 divided by 2 is 6.5. Yes. 13 divided by 2 is 6.5. We already told you, when you get fraction number, that means 0 0.5, 0 0.2, 0 0.3, then you should know extra number is 1. Okay. So 6. Okay. Now 6 divided by 2, 6 divided by 2 equal to what? 3. Definitely 3. Yes. 3. And now we should write 0 because no extra number is here. Yes. So 3 divided by 2, 3 divided by 2, what? 3 divided by 2, definitely 1.5. Yes. So 1.5. So we already talked about 0.5, then you should write 1. Okay. You should write 1, and next you can see 0 1 0 1 0 1, and next is 1. Yes. Then you should directly 1. Now result is what? Now result is 1 1 0 1 0 1 and 0. Yes. Okay. This one is correct result. So 1 1 0 1, sorry, 1 1, that means yes, 1 1 0 1, na? Yes, 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 0 1 1 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 and 0. Yes. Okay. So it's the decimal to binary conversion. Okay. Next, decimal to fraction to binary. Decimal to fraction, no important. Okay. Decimal to convert is same process. 22.50 then into binary. Okay. Next is binary to decimal. Very easy. Binary to decimal. Binary decimal. Binary to decimal. Suppose I should write binary number. Okay. So because binary to decimal conversion. Okay. So binary number. Suppose example, binary number 1 0 1 1. Okay. Converted to decimal number. Okay. So binary number, you should bracket, two bracket, and after base of 2. Okay. So now 1 0 1 1 equal, you should write first number, first digit. Okay. 1 into what the number will come in here, definitely 2 because binary number. Yes. So you should write 2. Next, plus 0. Yes. Into, for the number, for the result we should write, we already discussed 2 because binary number, so you should write 2. Next, plus 1s into 2, next is plus 1 into 2. So we should write power. Okay, so power, we should write power. So you can see one, when I wrote 1, you can see last number, how many digit is here. You can see only 3 digits, 1 2 3, so you should write 3. Next, when I wrote 0, so you can see how many digits is after 0. You can see only 2, yes, 1 and 2, 1 1, sorry, 1 1, yes, so you should write 2. And 1 into 2, I hope everyone understood is 1 into 2, how many digit is here, here only 1, and 1 into 2 0, definitely, yes. So after count this, 1 into 2, 2 into 2, 2 into 3, that means 8, eh? Because 2 into 2, 4, 4 into 2, 8. So you should write 8 plus 0 into 2, and you can see 8 into 1, definitely 8. So 0 into 2, that means 4, yes, this one is 4. When you into this, 2 into 2 is 4 into 0, that means result will 0. Next, 1 into 2, and 2 into 2 is, first you should calculate power to binary base. Okay, so 2 into 2, 2 into 1 equal to 2 into 1, that means 2. And same process, 2 into 0, that means 0. 0 into 1 equal to what? 1 into 0, 2 into 0, yes. So 2 into 0, definitely 0, you know. And 0 into 1 equal to what? Plus 0 into 1 equal to what? 0, definitely, yes. So after count this, 8 plus 0 plus 2, definitely 10. And after start your bracket, close your bracket, and you should write base of 10, because we conversion binary to decimal number, is so base of decimal number, what is the base of the decimal number? 10, is so you should write 10. You should write 10. Okay, one is correct result of binary to decimal conversion. Okay, and same process of octal to decimal number, octal to decimal conversion. We already discussed. Suppose when I asking to you that binary to decimal number, then binary base of 2, then you should write 2 only here. Okay, and when I ask to you decimal octal to binary octal to decimal number, then you should write 8, because base of 8. Okay, so you can see I want to write octal number. Okay, 2738. Okay, 27 278. Okay, so it's octal number na, to convert it to decimal number. Okay, so decimal number is binary, sorry, base of 10, eh? So how can I go? conversion. So we already discussed some process of binary to decimal number. Okay, so you should write 2 into, what you should write in there. We already discussed. When you show 8 2, then you should write directly here. Okay, so definitely we should write 8. Next is 7s. Next is 3. And same process on binary number. It should, when I wrote 2 and after row, how many digit is here? 2 only, no? So you should write 2. And 7 into 8, 7 into 8, that means this one, no? 7. So how many digit in here after 7? Only 1. So after 0, same process. Okay, so count this value. 2 into, definitely this one is 16 plus 7 into 8 plus 3, because 8 into 0, definitely 0, na? Sorry, 8 into 0, 3 into 8 into 0, na? 8 into 0, so definitely this one is 0, na? So 0 or 1, definitely this one is 8 into 0, definitely 1, na? Definitely 0. So 0 into 3, that means what? 0 into 0, 3, definitely 0. So you should write 0. Okay, and after 16 into 2, 32, and 7 into 8, 56, and after 56 plus 32, it says, after start your bracket, close your bracket, and you should write base of 10 because decimal number. Okay, so this one is correct. Okay, so same process of hexadecimal to decimal converted. Okay, same process, you can see page number 22, hexadecimal to decimal conversion. Hexadecimal, so you should write 16 in there. Okay, and same process on 210. Okay, and suppose convert it to AF hexadecimal to decimal conversion. Okay, 2 into 16, a that means value. Value means what? A value is equal to 10, yes, and f value equal to 15, so you should do 10 into 16. Okay, hexadecimal to binary conversion. Okay, so you should remember this chart. Okay, binary to hexadecimal. Okay, so now everyone, I hope everyone should understood it. Okay, so now bye bye everyone, take care.